Hello everyone, it's me Mirza Naeem. Welcome back to another video lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn shear force bending moment diagram for a simply supported beam with an eccentric point. Without any further delay, let's get started. In this video, we are going to learn about shear force and bending moment for a simply supported beam with an eccentric point. Previous video, we seen shear force bending moment for a simply supported with a point load acting at the middle. In this video, we are going to look an eccentric point on a beam. Let us draw the beam. So here is the beam. Let's give the name A and B. So if it is acting at the middle of the point, that is point load, we know the length will be L by 2 and L by 2 if the total length is L, right? But now in this case we are loading it eccentrically. In this case, the eccentric loading is applied. That means the load is not acting at the middle of the span. Let us say this is the total length and the length is little longer than the length B. So in this case, the load is acting away from the middle span, right? In the previous case, the load is acting exactly in the middle. That means the length is divided equally. In eccentric point, load is acting away from the middle, right? So the length between, let's say, we'll give the name C. The length between A and C is small a and the length between C and B is small b. Let us try to find out shear force and bending moment diagram for this kind of eccentric loading. The first step, we already know that to calculate the support reactions. Calculate support reactions. Summation of all the forces, all the vertical forces. We know that here there is support because it's a simply supported beam. One side is hinge and another side is roller. So we have three vertical forces. So I will taking moment about A. In order to find out the reaction at A and reaction at B, I am taking moment at A. So you can take moment at B. So I will write now the summation of moment at A equals to 0. So at this point it is 0. So I have to calculate from here, from left to right. So I can write RB from your right to come to left, right? So RB into total length L minus W, let's say the load is W, minus because it is hogging. So it is fixed here, it is 0 and this will make the beam hogging. That means it will hog the beam. So we know that for hogging we take negative, for sagging we take positive, right? Remember, for smile we take positive, for side we take negative. So RB multiplied by L minus W into the distance is A, right, equals to 0. From this I can find RB into L equals to WA, right, which gives RB equals to WA upon L, right. So I got RB. Now I take moment at B. Now I take moment at B. Taking moment at B, taking moment about B. So here come from left to right. So what is there? RA multiplied by total length till B, that is L, right, minus W, and the distance is B into B equals to 0. So I can write RA into L equals to WB, right. From here I can write RA equals to WB upon L. So now got the vertical support reactions, that is RA and RB. Next step is to find out the shear force. Step number 2, to find out the shear force, right. So shear force denoted by F, and we know that shear force at A, here is a beam, let us say A, and the eccentric loading C, W and B, and the length we know small a and small b, right, and the total length will be L. Clear? So the shear force at A. So from here we are going to calculate, from left to right we are going. So shear force at A, that means the negative downward direction we take negative, and for upward direction we take positive in the case of shear force. So now we will calculate shear force at A, that is FA equals to WB by L, right. We know FA equals to RA. So what is the value of RA? WB by L, right. Now we will find out shear force at B. So FB, so right now you are here, okay, so calculate this, all the summation of all the forces, that is RA, here RA minus W, right. We know that RA is WB by L, right, WB by L minus W. So I take W as a common, so B by L minus 1, right. So I can write minus W L minus B upon L, right. So I got FB equals to minus WA upon L, right. Now we will find out shear force at C1, because why I am taking C1, the shear force between A and C is considered as shear force at C1, and the shear force between C and B we consider as C2. Clear? So shear force at C1, that is left hand side to this C, we call it as C1. So I know that shear force between A and C is constant, right, and equals to RA, right? Shear FC1 equals to RA, because there is no load in between A and C. Clear? There is no other load than this C point. So shear force at C1 on right hand side or left hand side is equals to RA, right? So I can write that, I can write here, that is FC1 equals to minus plus W so FC1 shear force is equals to plus WB upon L, that is RA. So we got shear force at C1. Now we will find out shear force at C2, that is right hand side of the beam, right? So FC2 shear force between C and B is also constant, right, and equals to RB. So I can write now FC2 equals to RB. So what is RB? FC2, that is RB, is nothing but minus WA upon L, right? Now we got shear force at A, shear force at B, shear force at C1, shear force at C2, right? So now we will find out bending moment. So I can write now the section C shear force changes from minus WB upon L to plus, that is positive WB upon L to minus WA upon L, right? Now we will find out bending moment. That is M, right? We will take moment at A here, come all the way from right to left, whatever in between. So RB multiplied by total length L minus, this will make hogging, so it is minus W into the length is small a. From this we can find RB is nothing but WA upon L into L get cancelled, minus WA. So I can write RWA equals to A equals to WA minus WA, right? That is 0. That means moment at A is in equilibrium, right? Now we'll find out the next point, that is C, bending moment at C. So here MC equals to RA into A, right? If you are taking moment here, you are coming all the way from here, that is RA into A. We know that RA is nothing but WA upon L into A, right? Sorry, RA is WB upon L. So MC we got WAB upon L, right? WAB upon L. Clear? Now we will find out moment at B. Okay, bending moment at B, that is MB equals to RA into L minus W into B, right? I am taking moment at B, so I have to come all the way from left to right. So RA multiplied by L, then C, that is W multiplied by B. So we know that RA is WB upon L into L minus WB. L get cancel again, that WB minus WB, that is equals to 0. So MB equals to 0. So moment at A is 0, moment at B is 0, and moment at C is WAB upon L. So now we can draw shear force and bending moment diagram. Yeah. The fourth step is to draw shear force and bending moment diagram, right? So I will write here shear force, that is SF and BMD. So we know that first draw the line diagram. Simply supported beam, two supports, one is hinge, one is roller, and the load is acting eccentrically. That means it is not acting in the middle, it is acting somewhere here. We call it as C, and the load is W. The length from A to C, let's give the name A, and B is small a, and the length between C and B is small b. We know that total length will be capital L. Clear? Extend the lines to draw shear force and bending moment. Yeah. Please ignore if the lines are not straight. First we know we'll draw shear force. So this is a baseline. Okay, just manage the distance between the free body diagram and baseline, because we need to draw shear force above the baseline, below the baseline. According to that, maintain the distance. Yeah, shear force at A we got WB upon L, which is positive. That means we have to draw above the baseline. Then it is continued till point C, right? There is no change. The shear force is constant. Like we discussed for C1, let's say this is C1, the shear force between A and C, and this is C2, that is shear force between C and B. So now WB upon L is constant till here. Here there is change because of this eccentric loading. So it will go in minus. It will go in minus, same as WB upon L, that is minus WA upon L. So it will extend till here, that is minus WA upon L, which is minus, which is this is positive, right? Above the baseline it is positive. Shade this part positive. The below the baseline it is negative. Okay, done. We are done with shear force diagram. Now draw the baseline for bending moment diagram. Okay, extend the lines as per the requirement. Then we have 0 at A. Bending moment at A is 0 and moment at B is 0. That means the line should touch the baseline, because this is the neutral axis, like a 0. Minus will go down, positive will go up. So from here there is a change here, that is how much? WAB square divided by L. So here there is a change. Raise to certain height and join this to 0. So which is straight line actually. Okay, and here. Clear? Shade this part. Show this is positive. So there is no negative bending moment in this case, where the load is acting eccentrically. This is one of the important for exam point of view. Eccentric loading is asking constantly from years. So please make a note that it is very important, right? In the next class, we'll try to see shear force bending moment diagram for UDL. Okay. Till then, take care. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe for the playlist of strength of materials, which I am going to cover JNTU syllabus for R18, R16 and R15. Thanks for watching.